Skills. What skills did I find out that I personally needed to be able to do okay in network marketing? How did I make a determination I needed to work on some things? How did I make a determination that I just didn't need to let things happen? I don't know. One day I woke up and I went to an event. It was in a different network marketing company. And I was just beside myself with wanting to get to the next level, with wanting to make a difference. Tired of having people avoid my phone calls, tired of not getting any traction, tired of not being able to build any momentum. So I asked a guy that I had saw from afar that was on the stage. This guy was a millionaire, okay? And the millionaires are no different than us. They just do things differently than we do. That's all it is. And I said to myself, I said, I don't know how it's going to happen, but I'm going to get a chance to work with that guy some way, somehow. Well, lo and behold, months later, I did actually, I was in his organization, and I did reach out to him. I said, look, I need to talk to you. The next event we get to, I need to talk to you. He said, okay. So next event came up and we befriended each other. He was a military veteran. I was a veteran, you know. So we had something in common there, but I was older than him. And I asked him, I said, you know what? I'm really working hard on my business. And I used the word try. I'm trying to do this. So what are you doing? He asked me, what are you doing? He said, as a matter of fact, let me see your calendar. And strange as it may seem, at that time, I didn't have a calendar. I didn't have a daily method of operation. I didn't have things that I did every day habitually that I could look at, that I could assess. And he said to me, you know, empty calendar, James, empty check. And I really didn't understand that. What do you mean empty calendar, empty check? He said, well, if you don't have a calendar, you're not putting a plan in action. You're not. Each day is just another day. How can you track what you're doing without a calendar? That's a good question. Maybe that's my problem. I'm not tracking what I'm doing. I'm just doing. He said, well, that's your first problem. You need to track what you're doing. And then you need to have a plan of action for each day. And in order for you to be able to have a plan of action for each day, you need to write down what you plan to do on a given day. I said, wow, that's different. He said, yeah. I said, why don't you get a calendar? Why don't you write down your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, and share them with yourself. Don't share them with anybody else, just yourself. And work to get those things done each day. Now, you're going to fall short because you don't know. There's a lot of things you don't know. There's a lot of things you need to learn. You probably need to learn how to do a three-way call. You probably need to learn how to do follow-up. You know, you probably reach out to people once, twice, maybe 3 times, and if they don't respond to you, you say, you know, bump them, forget them, or maybe use harsher language than that. And you lose out on customers and affiliates because of that attitude. You need to understand that you need to reach out to people a minimum of 7 times before you even think about giving up on them. And even then, you shouldn't give up on them until they tell you that they don't want to talk to you anymore. We have a problem with reaching out to people that we know, or we say things, or you hear things from people like, you know what, I'm not good in sales. Sure you are. You're extremely good in sales. How do I know that? You'll recommend a car dealer to somebody. You'll say, hey, this guy, if you want to get a nice car, man, he'll take care of you. Go to so-and-so. This guy, he sells houses. Are you looking for a place to stay? I happen to know a realtor, man. She's phenomenal. You know, he or she is great. Reach out to them. What are you doing? Well, at that point, at that moment, at that second, you're doing sales. I don't want to tell you that, but you're doing sales. You're just not being paid for it. The other person that you're recommending is being paid for it, but not you. It's like we have a problem recommending a product or service to somebody that we know, like we're like we're taking money out of their pocket wrongfully or something. That's crazy. You can recommend somebody to somebody else for them to get paid, but you can't recommend something that you do to them for you to be paid? How foolish is that? So we label ourselves, we say something like, that we've heard many times over, I'm not good in sales, but you know I'm not a salesperson. And we buy into that. So we stop telling anybody about what we do because we want to manifest, and we want to make it true that we're not in the sales, that we're not a salesperson. Yet we are. We had to be in sales to get the girlfriend or boyfriend that we wanted. We had to be in sales to get the husband or wife that we wanted. If you don't think that's sales, that's sales. You're selling yourself to another person, who you are. You know, everybody gets together in a relationship. You know how we have our relationship personality, and we have who we really are personality. The challenge is to be transparent enough from the very beginning so the person sees who you really are from the very beginning, so they fall in love with what is instead of what could be or what should be or your potential. You know, they should fall in love with who you are. And if that's reality, if it's less than what you want to be, if they fall in love with that, what are they going to be like when you really become what you want to be? Wow. That's a huge thing. But we get involved in network marketing. We don't know. We've had a job. We've been paid from our job. We work hours and we work hours and we work hours and we're paid by the hour. So we're used to that. We're not used to working and not being paid. So when we work for 8 hours or 40 hours in a given week and we reach out to people in a given week and they don't respond in a given week, we think that network marketing perhaps is a scam. It's not paying me by the hour. It's not paying me $9 or $10 or $13 or $40 or $50 an hour. So it must be a scam. It's not true. If I went to your job right now and I tried to do what you do, I probably couldn't do it as well as you. I shouldn't be able to unless I've had that job in the past. But I bet if I followed you around for 90 consecutive days, I could do what you do. If you led me, I could do what you do. That's significant. So you have some skills to learn. You have some follow-up to do. You have some three-way calls to learn. You have a mindset to get over. You have a skill set to get over. What I mean by that, every day when you get up, there should be some concrete things that you should be able to articulate to another. Like, for example, James, what do you do every day when you get up? Well, when I get up, I make my bed, I pray, I write down my grateful list, I work out, I do this. Some of you don't want to do that. Some of you don't want to have a listing, like you don't want to live like that. You just want to live like, just get out of bed, hop out of bed, and whatever suits your fancy, suits your fancy. Well, now you, for the first time, you're home now. You're not at your job, many of you. So now you're like a fish out of water. You don't know what to do with yourself. But if you had now you know how the rest of us live that don't have jobs now. We're retired, or maybe we were able to manifest what we needed to manifest in our network marketing businesses. So for the first time you're seeing like, wow, there's nobody telling me what to do. I'm like a fish out of water. I don't know how to act. I don't know how to deal with not being told what time I need to come back from lunch. I don't know how to act. I don't know how to act around other people. I don't know how to talk to people. You've learned for the first time that all these years, you've stopped talking to people. And so now you can't talk to people. You don't know how to talk about their family or their occupation or their recreation or their money or motivation, but the simple word of form, FORM. Don't you realize with that acronym alone, you should be able to talk to anybody at any time if you just use that acronym? And you don't know how to build a network of people just by talking to them, because you've shut yourself off from talking to anybody. I don't want to talk to anybody. So it feels weird for you to talk to anybody about anything. Your network marketing business can be built by simply networking with people and they raise something and you passionately, I'm not saying that you sell something to them down their throat, but they see who you really are, that you're concerned about their well-being. We have an obligation to be concerned about somebody's well-being. And that's one of the reasons why I think that I still am able to, Shannon is still able to, others are still able to bring people on either as customers or affiliates, because we listen to what they are. We listen to who they are, what they have, what they want. And we talk about those things. We talk about what they want to talk about. So I would encourage you to talk to people about what's important to them. They will give you an indication that they are ready to join be a customer of yours. They will give you an indication when they will be a business partner of yours. Some people just like to talk and like to hear themselves talk and have no illusions of ever deciding to do anything. So I got to get this phone call right here. Hold on just a minute. Hey Keisha, how are you? Good morning to you. Okay, but you're not coming down with anything like coronavirus or anything like that, right? You're just tired. Okay. 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 That's good. I'm glad you feel better. I'm glad you feel better. Okay. Okay. Well, that's good. And you're taking the 1500 now, right? Okay. So did you receive the 1500 yet? Okay. Okay. It's possible. When did you order it? You ordered it like 2 days ago, right? Okay. It's probably in now. It doesn't take long here. It doesn't take long here in Nevada at all to get it. You know, that way. I would be surprised if it wasn't there, and if it's not there today, it'll definitely be there tomorrow. Um, but I find that the CBD works better for me. The higher dosage, 1500, works better for me because that's 30 milligrams of CBD that you get as opposed to 10 or 15 milligrams. And I think you'll do well with that. I think you'll do well with that. And I would say too that, let's see, you said asthma, melatonin, curcumin, that coffee berry stuff seems to be the thing to be trying too, because it's supposed to give us additional energy without caffeine, which is important. Yeah, it gives you additional energy without caffeine. I saw something about it today or yesterday, and I was like, where does this stuff? I mean, it comes from the same berry that makes coffee, but it's no caffeine in it, and it's like a berry. I was like, okay, we'll try that. So, I'm going to have some of that coming my way. Matter of fact, I'm going to have all of it. The curcumin for my joints, because I still work out with weights at home. melatonin, I don't have any problem sleeping at all. I can sleep at the drop of a dime. I'll probably get the melatonin just so that I can give it to somebody else to try it out as a sample. I do that too. And the curcumin I'm definitely going to use because that's based upon my joints. And the coffee berry I want to use, because what I've learned in this business is that as many products as I can use now, I can't use a shampoo. I don't have any hair. I can't use that. I have to rely on my girlfriend to use that. If she uses it, tells me how it is. And she's got luxurious hair. But everything else I can use with the exception of the mask and the shampoo. And I can use the hair serum for my beard. I can use the dog treats for my dog, the pet oil for my dog, the topical stuff for my skin, either my face or if I have pain in any part of my body. I won't say this. I'll say discomfort. I'll put it like that. Okay, and I can use it for that. And if I want to, I drink coffee. And this coffee tastes phenomenal. It's like an instant coffee, but it tastes like it's being brewed. Yeah, it's like that. My girlfriend, let my girlfriend try it one time when she came over my house back in South Carolina. She said, "I don't like this coffee. Don't stop me now on this. Now I'm gonna have to get this all the time." I said, "I understand." And so she drinks the coffee. So I make sure people know about the coffee. I don't push anything that I haven't used myself. So I've used the 500, the 750, the 1500, so I know what that feels like. Okay, I've used the coffee. I've used the topicals. I've used the dog treats, the pet oil. I've used the bath bombs. They are indeed the bomb. They smell so good. Oh my God, and it's so relaxing. And typically. I will buy bath bombs, I will buy dog treats and pet oil, I will buy my CBD, of course, for me, and then I'll look around and see what else I can get my hands on. In this case, I've got two things, I've got two orders going. I had my auto ship for this month, knocked that out. Now my auto ship for next month, that's going to be the rest of the stuff that I get. Because I need a replacement of Mantra essential oils. I use that. Makes my house smell really nice. I know my dog loves it. My dog be looking at me like, hey man. Be like, where's my Mantra at, man? You gonna let my house smell like a dog? Come on. I'll be all right, calm down. So I get the Mantra going, and so it gets my house smelling good. So every step of the way, throughout the course of my day, no matter what I'm doing, something is intermingled with this company because I'm using something that has an impact on my dog, on me, on my home, something. And now it's at a point where I don't even have to think about it. When I get into a conversation with somebody, they'll say something and be like, "Oh, you having a problem sleeping? Oh, sounds like you need melatonin." Yeah, I need to try some melatonin. Maybe I need to try that. Well, you know what? What about melatonin CBD? You got somebody that's got that? Yeah, I can hook you up with that. Okay, I need to try that. Boom. That's a conversation. It's just a conversation. I'm not pushing products on anybody. I'm just having a conversation. And we've lost the art of being able to have a conversation with people because there's always an ulterior motive. If we can get away from the ulterior motive with people, we can make buku sales. We'd have all the affiliates we'd ever want. We'd have all the customers we ever want if we got away from ulterior motives. When you came over my house and brought me my groceries, there was no ulterior motive. I looked at you, I saw you, and then you said, "Well, no, you work. You've been doing this." So I instantly know that if you were doing this, you have no problem wanting additional income. Okay? That was my assessment. I made an assessment on the spot. It was an assessment. So that wasn't about me having to, quote unquote, advertise to you. It was my just asking you questions and giving you a capture page. Now, I could have given you a customer page. I could have given you www.hempworks.com/my username. But by me giving you a capture page, you would be able to tell me after looking at the capture page whether you wanted to be just a customer or whether making money was still a good idea. So I could kill two birds with one stone. That's why people say, well, I don't want to give them this because they might think I'm trying to make them become salespeople. Well, they don't have to become a salesperson. They may just want to get the product. And if they just want to get the product, that's good enough. So, and if a person's 100% comes out of their mouth and they say, look, I'm interested in what you're doing, but I don't want to do what you're doing. I don't want to sell nothing. God forbid, you tell me about something like, and here's the funny part about it. I was just doing a live on this. We sell every month. We sell ourselves to a potential boyfriend or a potential girlfriend. We sell when we say, look, I know this guy that's got these places for sale or for rent. You need to see him or her. That's sales. Okay, now that person that you sent them to, they made money, you didn't, but that's still sales. Or we see a movie, that's sales, because we recommend it to somebody. Black Panther or this movie or that movie. The person goes see the movie, they paid the money to go see the movie. The director and the actors got paid, you didn't. Still sales. Okay, we recommend a particular product to somebody, like, hey man, I use this hair product on my hair, man. My hair is fantastic. You really? Well, I need to go buy that. So they go to the store and they buy it. The person that sold it to them, they made money. You didn't. But we somehow because we shell out the information and we make money from that information, suddenly we feel like that should make us a bad person. Why? We need to get over that. It's like you recommending Instacart to somebody. Instacart gonna make money. You ain't gonna make no money from it. They pay you because they pay you a salary. Oh, don't get me wrong, but you know what I'm talking about. You're not getting paid from recommending Instacart to anybody. You're getting paid because they're paying you a salary anyway. But, once I understood that concept, I didn't have to worry about advertising to anybody at any time. I ran into people all the time. I ran into neighbors all the time. I ran into people that were in the store, in the shopping cart all the time. I just looked behind me and I say, wow, that's because I would be able to have a conversation with them. I'd be like, wow, you got a lot of interesting products in your cart. Yeah, me and my family, we try to eat pretty healthy. I see that, and I could get into a conversation about them. So my recommendation to you is just to remember to get good at having conversations with other people. That will bring you sales. Yeah, as you heard, in part, you only heard half the conversation. But that was me talking to one of my affiliates. And I talk to my affiliates as I do everybody else. I listen to what they say, and I come up with solutions to where they are, or enlighten them to what they should know. All right? That to me is important. And it's important to listen to people so we know what they want to say and what they're trying to say and what they feel. And I have to identify as though I have the same situation myself, the same affliction myself, the same thought process myself. I listen. And that's important that I listen. It's important that you learn to listen as well. So I hope this video helped you in some kind of capacity. I try to be transparent. I want to be transparent to you. I want to show you that I'm a real person, that I deal with real situations. And I get phone calls like you get phone calls. I don't get phone calls like you get phone calls. People don't return my phone calls. I have to reach out repeatedly to a person before they make a decision. I recognize that most of the people that are on my team, either as customers or affiliates, didn't reach out to me, didn't call me back, didn't know who I was. A lot of them didn't know who I was. Now some did, but a lot of them didn't. You know, and I'm in Nevada now. I don't have a chance to go to North Carolina or to Texas or to California or even to South Carolina where I was from. You know, so I want to make sure that you all know that I do real stuff too. Hopefully this video helps you, and you know, I'd like to hear your feedback on the video that this time. A lot of times you guys don't give me feedback. I'd like to get a little feedback from you. Drop it down in the comments below this video, or this YouTube video, and let me know what you got out of being on the video with me, if you got anything out of it. If you didn't get anything out of it, let me know that too. We'll talk to you later.